Good evening, everyone. My name is Renee Bartlett. I am Executive Director for U.S. Chess, and I would like to welcome you to our first Executive Board Candidates Forum. I'm going to hand things over to Elections Chair Mike Neatman.
Okay, thank you, Renee. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the 2025 U.S. Chess Executive Board Candidates Forum. My name is Mike Neatman, Chair of the U.S. Chess Delegate Appointed Elections Committee. Our duty, as per the bylaws, is to be responsible for the conduct of and shall preside over Federation elections. This year, we have 4 seats open on our 8-member executive board and have 5 candidates vying for those positions and asking for your support. The top 4 vote getters will begin their 4-year term of office at the end of the 2025 delegates meeting on Sunday, August 3rd. For a general overview, I'm going to flip to the next slide there, Renee. There we go. For a general overview of our election process, please check out the election pages on the website on the links or with the links on the left side of your screen. After tonight's forum, if you need additional information on the candidates, I'd like to point the audience to the candidates' printed statements at the website links on the right side of your screen. Specifically, let's review our election process. If you are a U.S. Chess member for at least 1 year and are or will be 16 years of age or older by June 30th, 2025, you are a voting member. However, to receive a ballot, you need to register by the end of day, June 1st, Central Time. You can check your registration status on your U.S. Chess website dashboard. If you are not registered, click on the link in the voter registration section of your dashboard and follow the directions therein. In 2023, the U.S. Chess Board of Delegates voted to change our bylaws in the way elections are conducted. Elections now will be totally electronic. If you haven't already, please provide U.S. Chess with your email address on your dashboard. For families, emails need to be unique on each member's record. One additional note, you need to make sure you have opted in for emails from U.S. Chess. You can check this from your dashboard. Click on Email Subscriptions and make sure the Do Not Email and the No Bulk Emails User Opt-out are both unchecked. Registered voters will receive an email on June 10th with a link in it with your ballot. Please don't share this email with others. The email will come from invitations@mail.electionbuddy.com and have the subject line of Vote Now, U.S. Chess 2025 Executive Board Election. Voting concludes July 10th. If your invitation does not arrive on the day it is expected, please check your spam folder before contacting U.S. Chess to request a replacement link. More specific instructions for voting electronically will be provided directly before it is time to vote, but you will be allowed to vote for up to 4 candidates. After we complete the candidates portion of this forum, we'll stop the recording and I'll stay on this Zoom call and answer any questions our audience may have regarding the election process. Now let's meet our candidates. They will be introduced in the order they will appear on the ballot. The order was determined in a random drawing. They are Ellen Cantor of Tennessee, Kevin Pryor, Florida, Daniel Cerna, New Mexico, Anand Damalapade of Virginia, and John D. Rockefeller V of Maryland. Okay. Go. Pausing for Renee a second. Okay. We are going to begin the first round of questioning with the first candidate, the second round of questioning with the second candidate, and so on. Each candidate will have an opportunity to answer each question, and we'll have 5 rounds of questioning. Each candidate will have 2 minutes to respond to each question when called upon. For the first question, we'll start with Mr. Cantor. And the question is, why are you running for the U.S. Chess Executive Board?
Welcome everybody. Renee and Rose and fellow candidates and guests. We're at a pivotal time in U.S. chess with a chance to grow the game in a way that's inclusive, transparent, and forward-thinking. I am focusing my campaign on experience and positivity. If elected, I'll focus on four key priorities. Representation. Our leadership should reflect the diversity of our community: scholastic players, adult improvers, women, seniors, and people from all backgrounds. Transparency. Members deserve clear, honest communication about our finances, decisions, and direction. After all, we are a membership organization. Grassroots support. State affiliates, local clubs, tournament directors, coaches, and volunteers are the heart of U.S. chess. They need more support, not less. Online play. The digital boom has changed chess forever. We must embrace it while protecting fair play and competitive integrity. I've spent decades as a player, coach, and organizer, and I've led with collaboration at the local and state levels. This isn't about a title. It's about giving back to the community that's given me so much. Let's build a future where everyone feels welcome and everyone has a seat at the board. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Pryor, same question.
I'd like to welcome everyone tonight. Thank you for this opportunity. I can tell you that I've spent the last 4 years on the executive board, and it's been an honor to serve. I was actually approached by the nominating committee. They gave me the opportunity to meet with them, and at the end, they asked me if I would run. So I continue to run now, 4 years later, because what I've seen is that we are at a point of transition with US chess. In particular, because the board is about to change significantly. We have 3 or 4 members of the board that could be replaced, and many of them carry unique skills that will be difficult to replace. We're losing people who have vast knowledge and have dedicated almost a decade to the executive board in US chess. I can tell you that I'm running because I'd like to continue the work that I've begun with the board. The board is a unique organization within an organization, and it's very important that there is cohesive connection and there's respect board member to board member. I've been able to experience that, and so I'm willing to commit to come back to the board because I know that it's been a worthwhile experience, and I know the impact that we've had on chess in particular. I thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to answering more questions.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cerna, same question to you.
Yes, thank you for your question, and thank you everyone for being here. My interest in joining the U.S. Chess Executive Board stems from a deep-seated passion for U.S. Chess's mission to empower people, enrich lives, and enhance communities through chess, and also a strong belief in U.S. Chess's vital role in addressing these goals. For many years, I've been actively involved in the New Mexico Chess, and I've been president or vice president for the last 4 of those. My goal was to solve our state's issues diplomatically and improve potential outcomes for our scholastic players and also our strongest players. My focus on building New Mexico chess was rooted in meeting each class of player at their level, creating accessible chess options for new and low-income players, creating more opportunities to play for club players, and lastly, creating high-level support for title seekers and our titled players. I became a delegate to help New Mexico interact with our larger national community and to develop my skills and experience from leaders. Through delegation, I was able to witness firsthand the transformative impact of our work at a national level. I'm particularly drawn to modernizing US chess and creating more opportunities for low-income families. I believe my skills, coming from a low-income state chapter, my decade of professional financial experience, and my proven leadership can significantly contribute to our success and future expansion. Beyond my experience, I bring a unique perspective shaped by my professional experience, joining during the modern boom in chess, building an organization in our current global environment. This perspective, combined with my commitment to collaborative leadership and evidence-based decision-making, will allow me to effectively contribute to the board's direction. I'm excited by the opportunity to work alongside such a distinguished group of leaders, leveraging our collective experience to achieve even greater impact. My goal is to not only contribute to the organization's continued success, but also to learn from the wealth of knowledge and experience within the board itself. I'm confident that I can make a meaningful contribution to US Chess, and I'm eager to embark on this journey of collaborative leadership and positive change with everyone.
Sorry, that click didn't take. Mr. Damalapati, you're next.
Yeah. Hi. Hello to all my dear friends and members of the US Chess Federation. I'm running for the US Chess Executive Board because I want to give back and make a meaningful impact on a community that has been such an integral part of my life for nearly 2 decades. Over the past 18 years, chess has shaped so much of who I am today, from being a chess dad, a tournament director, an organizer, serving on the Virginia Chess Federation board for several years, and to actively serve on the US Chess Ethics Committee. I have taken on a variety of roles that allowed me to contribute to this community. Along the way, I have built lasting friendships, not only within the US Chess member base, but with FIDE and the international chess community. Though my children have moved on from competitive chess, my passion for this game and the desire to give back to the community has only grown stronger. As US chess evolves rapidly, so do the challenges it's facing. We need leaders who can bridge the gap between traditional approaches and the innovations and complexities of today. My experiences as a volunteer, organizer, and a committee member over the years make me uniquely positioned to help meet these challenges. I'm not running because I have all the answers from day one. Instead, I'm running because I believe in a collaborative leadership. I believe in solving problems together, listening to, and working with those who care deeply about this organization as much as I do. I ask for your trust and support as we work together to ensure US Chess continues to grow and inspire future generations. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll finish the first round of questions with Mr. Rockefeller.
I'm running primarily to support US Chess's commitment to scholastic chess. If elected, I'll be able to help voice the concerns of the scholastic community because I've been listening to parents, coaches, and players since I took my young daughters to the first tournament 17 years ago. Advocating for scholastic chess on the executive board would be a natural extension of my volunteer work for Maryland Chess since 2010 and for US Chess since 2016. Since 2008, I volunteered 10 years as a chess coach, 10 years as a tournament organizer with Maryland Chess, 15 years as scholastic director of Maryland Chess, and 7 years as chair and vice chair of several US Chess committees, including the Scholastic Council, which oversees most of US Chess's scholastic national championships. I know what it takes to help run a local chess club, a state chess affiliate, and a national chess organization. I want to help US Chess grow the game of chess through corporate sponsorships and strategic partnerships with other organizations. My work in forging a partnership between US Chess and US Squash demonstrates that the national governing bodies of other sports will partner with US Chess when we demonstrate chess's unique ability to enrich their members' lives. I care deeply about the future of US Chess specifically and the game of chess more broadly. I want to help US Chess's staff and volunteers maximize their ability both to serve current US Chess members and to reach out to the millions of Americans who have only a casual interest in chess or have never even played the game. I know from firsthand experience that we can best grow the game through outreach.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. For the second question, we'll start with Mr. Pryor. And the question is, what skill sets will you bring to the executive board and US Chess? Mr. Pryor.
Yes. So my particular skill sets were honed over the years, primarily working as a corporate leader for Johnson & Johnson, as well as working as a coach and a scout leader and church and through various other pursuits. So I bring those collectively, but just professionally, I was responsible for project management for a segment of Johnson & Johnson. I'm Six Sigma trained project manager as well as process excellence person. So I've learned to look at the issues, go towards the root cause, identify activities that can help address them. I was a customer service manager as well for Johnson & Johnson. I led the call center. So I learned a lot about how to reach people, how to interact with customers, how to listen to customers, and how to make sure that customer satisfaction is a key deliverable in the department. By way of personal behavior, I like to lead as a servant leader. You'll see me, like for instance, if you were at Super Nationals, I was about trying to help people, interacting with people. I want to make sure that I lead by example. I'm very people-centered, even though I can do the technical part. And then also, I'm good at listening, and as well as I'm willing to commit time and resources to help U.S. Chess. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cerna, please, you're next.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. As a financial professional with governance and business management experience, I bring a unique set of valuable skills to US Chess. First is strategic planning. Through developing a state chess organization, I was able to provide a vision and shape long-term goals and strategies for New Mexico Chess. My personal experience brings financial management, which includes budgeting for fiscal health and responsibility. I also have experience with financial reporting, both preparing and interpreting financial statements, which are crucial for transparency and accountability. My governance knowledge brings understanding of legal and regulatory requirements that govern nonprofits, ensuring that US Chess adheres to best practices. I'm also familiar with the roles and responsibilities of board members, which will enhance board effectiveness. My team leadership begins with the ability to lead and inspire teams, fostering a collaborative environment. My strong analytical skills will help assess situations and make informed decisions. I bring experience with public relations, which allows me to communicate US Chess's mission and impact to our members and the public. My experience in risk management gives me expertise in recognizing potential financial and operational risks and developing strategies to mitigate them while navigating challenges and making decisions under pressure. Lastly, my IT and technology background allows me a familiarity with software and data analysis in order to leverage analytics for informed decision-making and tracking. By bringing these skills to US Chess, I can significantly enhance our organizational effectiveness, sustainability, and our impact. My expertise not only supports sound financial practices, but also contributes to the strategic growth and community engagement of US Chess. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Damalapati, you're next up.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. The most valuable skill I bring to the executive board is my ability to implement my vast expertise in several areas, including from my work experience at my own organization, not just chess. I've spent over 30 years in information technology, managing complex human resources and finance systems, streamlining processes, and implementing innovative long-term solutions. With US Chess still working on the website upgrades and trying to moving the remaining legacy applications to the new servers, my IT expertise will help us modernize efficiently while staying very cost effective. I know how to effectively manage budgets, coordinate projects, and deliver the results. Beyond my technical skills, I bring extensive experience in governance. I have served on the US Chess Ethics Committee since 2018, and most recently as a chair for the last 2 years. This role has provided me with leadership, analytical, and communication skills to make tough, informed decisions while maintaining fairness and transparency. These are skills I believe will directly strengthen our responsibilities on the executive board. I have also been deeply involved in the chess community for nearly 2 decades in several roles. These experiences helped me build relationships with arbiters, organizers, and officials worldwide, giving me a global perspective that's invaluable as US chess expands and represents an international presence. But above all, I'm a collaborator. I bring technical expertise, passion, and a commitment to collaboration. Together, we can create a stronger, more connected chess community. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rockefeller?
My 15 years of volunteer work for Maryland Chess and US Chess illustrate my abilities to work well with others and to help unite different points of view behind a common goal. Good judgment helps me determine when to refuse to sacrifice a core principle and when to make minor compromises to protect and advance that core principle. Since 2010, I've been Maryland Chess's Scholastic Director and the tournament organizer and chief tournament director for nearly 200 rated tournaments. As a tournament organizer, I made sure never to forget the helpless feeling I had 17 years ago as a rookie parent, staring bewilderedly at wall charts and pairing charts. For 12 years, I managed nearly every detail of Maryland Chess's 21 annual Scholastic tournaments, from answering emails to placing trophy orders. For 8 years, Maryland Chess ran one of the Kasparov Chess Foundation's 5 Scholastic Regional Championships. Since 2018, I've been chair or vice chair of US Chess's Development Committee. In 2020-21, we conceived and helped plan US Chess's At-Risk Youth Initiative, which empowers Scholastic players to compete in local and national tournaments by covering the costs of sets, US Chess memberships, tournament registration, and coaching, as well as travel and hotel expenses for national tournaments. Since 2020, I've been chair or vice chair of US Chess's Scholastic Council, which writes the scholastic regulations for grade nationals, elementary school nationals, middle school nationals, high school nationals, and all girls nationals. After we receive complaints about otherwise well-intentioned tournament directors making different rulings on essentially the same scenarios, we streamline the nationals experience for players, families, and coaches by organizing pre-tournament TDs meetings 1 and 2. Since 2023, several weeks before each nationals, high-level TDs meet online, first with the Scholastic Council and then with mid-level TDs to review new scholastic regulations and recurring points of emphasis.
All right, thank you. And we'll wrap up question 2 with Mr. Cantor. Unmute, Alan. There you go.
Thank you, Mike, for this opportunity as I bring to the executive board a mix of strategic leadership, hands-on operational know-how, and a lifelong passion for chess, qualities perfectly suited to advancing US chess. I've served across local, state, and national levels, from committee member to collaborating with volunteer leaders. I'm skilled at uniting diverse viewpoints, shaping sound policy, and stewarding resources with transparency and accountability. As editor of Empire Chess in New York and in advertising and editorial roles for Chess Life and Chess Life Kids, I've led complex projects, coordinating teams, managing budgets, and hitting tight deadlines. I'll bring that same discipline to setting clear goals for US chess and ensuring we achieve them. In community engagement and listening, I start by listening to scholastic players hungry to learn, adult enthusiasts balancing busy lives, tournament directors tackling logistics, and organizers growing events. By valuing every voice, I build trust and turn feedback into meaningful action. Innovation and digital strategy with online play, hybrid tournaments, and evolving fair play challenges, the chess world is rapidly changing. I'll champion scalable tech solutions, modernizing rating systems and event formats while safeguarding competitive integrity. Player-centric insight. Above all, I'm a devoted chess player who has worn many hats.
Okay, thank you. For the third question, we're going to start with Mr. Cerna. The mission of U.S. Chess is to empower people, enrich lives, and enhance communities through chess. What would you do to further the U.S. Chess mission? Mr. Cerna, you're first.
Thank you, Mike. I'm very excited to address how I would further the U.S. Chess mission of empowering people, enriching lives, and enhancing communities through chess. My vision for advancing U.S. chess centers on three key pillars: modernization, community engagement, and inclusivity. First, I would spearhead a significant modernization effort, leveraging technology and social media to enhance the player experience and broaden our reach. This includes finishing developing our user-friendly interactive website and eventually a mobile app, creating engaging social media content that attracts new players and retains existing ones, and exploring the use of data analytics to better understand player demographics and preferences. We can use this data to tailor our programs and offerings to meet the needs of specific communities. Second, I'm committed to driving more outreach to underprivileged communities. This requires strategic partnerships with local organizations and schools, implementing chess in school programs, and offering scholarships and financial aid to ensure that chess is accessible to all, regardless of socioeconomic background. We need to actively recruit and train volunteers from these communities to act as mentors and role models, which will create a sense of ownership and sustained engagement. Finally, I recognize the importance of inclusivity. Expanding resources for Spanish-speaking players is crucial. This includes translating key materials, creating Spanish language educational content, and hosting events in Spanish-speaking communities. We must ensure that our communications are accessible and welcoming to all language groups, fostering a sense of belonging for every player. By combining these modernization initiatives with a targeted outreach strategy and commitment to inclusivity, I believe we can significantly expand the reach and impact of U.S. chess, empowering more people, enriching more lives, and enhancing more communities through the game of chess. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Mr. Damalapati.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. To further the mission of the US Chess, there are a few I'll be focused. First, player retention across life stages, specifically girls and women. Many players drift away from chess during transitions like middle school, through high school, and through college, and into early childhood, adulthood. I want to work with affiliates to enhance collegiate chess events, team leagues, and even corporate chess to keep players engaged. Incentive programs like discounts and vouchers can also help remove cost barriers and encourage lifelong involvement. To close this gap for women, I will work towards increased support by strong women players, especially at the national scholastic events, to empower the next generation of female players. Second, the education and creativity through chess. Chess just isn't about playing games. We need to be focusing on problem-solving initiatives, such as the recent chess.com problem-solving competitions at the National Scholastics. I will push towards more training and puzzle competitions in order to showcase chess as a valuable educational tool. At Chennai, India, my birthplace, last winter, I personally observed hundreds of kids engaged at a problem-solving competition by the World Federation for Chess Composition. Third, strengthening for our volunteers. Volunteers aren't just helpers, they are the backbone of the US Chess Federation. They are future organizers, trainers, and tournament directors who come champion our mission. To support and build a stronger chess community, I propose enhanced training, mentorship, and recognition programs. Finally, the most important, I want to emphasize that transparency and communication are vital. While US Chess has taken steps recently to improve in these areas, I will work hard to further improve member feedback, accessibility, and responsiveness, ensuring every member feels heard. Let's work towards this mission together. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rockefeller, you're up.
The national governing bodies of other sports will partner with US Chess when we demonstrate chess's unique ability to enrich their members' lives. When I travel with my son to scholastic squash tournaments, I try to connect community squash centers with local chess clubs. Some good results have followed. For example, a hybrid squash chess summer camp for at-risk youth and impaired youth in Houston. As a US Squash Foundation board member, I am working with US Squash and US Chess to develop a long-term partnership connecting these surprisingly similar sports. Even though squash is a racket sport, squash coaches often refer to squash as chess on legs. US Squash invited US Chess to run a chess booth this summer at a junior championship tournament for 600 plus players at US Squash's $41 million National Center in Philadelphia. Furthermore, US Squash has provisionally invited US Chess to run booths each year at high school nationals, the largest squash tournament in the world at 1,600 plus players, and middle school nationals, 400 plus players. Next week, US Chess's Director of Programs and I will be meeting with the Executive Director of the Squash and Education Alliance, a national organization that works with 21 domestic and 6 international community squash centers dedicated exclusively to at-risk youths and their families. 1st through 12th graders play squash in their facilities for 1 to 2 hours per day and up to 6 days per week all year long. SEA affiliates also provide extensive academic lessons and extracurricular activities. And that's where chess could fit in. If SEA affiliates were to incorporate chess into their regular activities, then several thousand squash players could be playing chess every week all year long. Moreover, running a chess booth annually at SEA Nationals with 450 plus players would align perfectly with US Chess's at-risk youth initiative.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cantor, you're up.
Thank you. First, we'll bring chess to every corner of our nation. I'll strengthen partnerships with schools, libraries, and nonprofits to reach underserved neighborhoods. We'll increase grants for local clubs and grassroots programs, especially in rural and low-income areas, so every child and adult has a place to learn and play. Fostering inclusion. Chess belongs to everyone. I will launch targeted initiatives to boost participation and leadership among women, girls, and underrepresented minorities through scholarships, mentorships, and spotlight events. We'll smooth the transition from scholastic to adult chess by creating welcoming pathways for young players to stay engaged and for adults to discover or return to the game. Finally, we'll champion accessibility by developing adaptive tools and inclusive tournament formats, ensuring that players of all abilities can compete on equal footing. Our volunteers, coaches, tournament directors, organizers are the backbone of US Chess. I propose comprehensive training resources and certification programs so every volunteer feels confident and empowered. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And we'll wrap up question 3 with a response from Mr. Pryor.
Thank you. So I spent many years as a scout leader, and one of the things that I learned in a process that was called Order of the Arrow was a concept called cheerful service. And in part of the ritual that they had for bringing in new scouts into this Order of the Arrow, which was a service order, one was to spend yourself in the service of others. So when we talk about what would I do to further the mission, I would continue to spend time. I am retired. I put a lot of time into chess. And in particular, I run chess in 2 different cities, which means I'm on the road probably about 26 times a year back and forth between these cities. They say chess is usually 1 point away from extinction in areas. In some cases, I've been the single point of contact to build others to be able to keep chess alive in the respective areas. I also work at the state level. I would continue to do that. I'd hope that I could step away a little bit, but I was asked to be the vice president just to make sure there was good continuity after 5 years of being the state president. Also, I run tournaments, yes, so I would continue to further through that. I also teach in 2 different Title I schools, so I'm willing to go to the side of town where people don't necessarily have the resources. It's interesting to see kids who have never played chess before learn. And then also, I would look to continue our operational development and our operational goals for chess, as well as looking at IT services, and then dealing with issues related to people and the trust in the leadership of US Chess. Finally,
Yeah.
I would like to say that I spend the time meeting people.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pryor. Time is up. We're going to move on to the 4th question. We'll start with Mr. Damalapati. What do you see as the biggest challenge to US chess in the coming years?
Okay, the biggest challenge facing US chess in the coming years is adapting to rapid changes while ensuring that the organization remains welcoming, accessible, and financially sustainable to organizers and affiliates, while still running successful events. First, the rising costs for organizers are putting immense pressure on the events at every level. This is across the board. Careful planning and logistics are just one side of it. Maintaining solid financials is critical to ensure that these events are not only successful, but also inclusive of the entire member community. Second, inflation is real and is impacting everyone. Rising airfare, hotel rates, venue fees, they all affect families, coaches, schools, clubs. If we fail to find creative ways to make events more accessible and affordable, we risk shrinking our member base. Third, ensuring fair play is a growing challenge as cheating is getting smarter and sophisticated every day. To uphold trust in tournament integrity, we must invest in advanced detection tools and systems. Yet, the rising costs for organizers is a challenge. Supporting them with resources is key to protecting the credibility of our events. Finally, safe play remains a foundational pillar for US chess. While safe play policies have been in place since 2019, it's time to adopt to a data-driven approach to improve annual refresher training and use chess-specific case studies to equip organizers and tournament staff with realistic tools and guidance. Without this, implementing and complying with safe play policies becomes an uphill battle for everyone involved. Tackling these challenges requires a unified effort. I will work closely with affiliates and organizers to create solutions that ensure US chess remains accessible, fair, and welcoming for everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rockefeller, same question to you, sir.
I'm concerned that US chess has taken a step backwards this year in scholastic chess. Although grade nationals drew a record number of players in December, 2,660, super nationals drew only 4,549 players last weekend. That's down by 1,000 players from the number 8 years ago, 2017, 5,575. Next week, the Executive Board and the Scholastic Council, of which I'm chair, will meet to discuss several things. What can we do? What can we start doing now to make sure Super Nationals has at least 6,500 players in 2029, 2,000 more players than this year? And why we think the numbers were down this year. There are likely several reasons. AP weekends for high schoolers, so we can't schedule it on this weekend in May. The Real ID deadline, we can't do anything about that. Hotels' new policy on canceled rooms required US Chess to charge a one-night fee for rooms canceled in February. Can't do anything about that. The recent decline in consumer confidence, and just recently, Elizabeth Tejada, commissioner of the Florida Scholastic Chess League, told me that she would have brought up to 500 more kids to Super Nationals, but the fear of ICE raids and deportation scared them and their families away. It's horrible. The kids are being bullied into not playing in US Chess's tournaments. If we want to gain major new corporate sponsorships and develop major new strategic partnerships, we need to grow US Chess's membership from 100,000 to at least 500,000. We'll grow the number of paid US Chess memberships by growing our base through offering free memberships to kids 9 and under and senior citizens 75 and older. From 2008 to 2018, I coached chess clubs for pre-K to 12th graders every Monday afternoon of the school year at my 3 kids' schools. I was able to encourage many of them to become US chess members so they could compete in ready tournaments. My experience as a coach convinces me that the best way to grow US chess membership is to start with kids as young as 5 years old.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cantor, you're next, sir.
I believe U.S. chess's greatest challenge in the coming years will be balancing financial sustainability, a positive organizational culture, and expanded outreach, all in harmony. They're all intertwined. Broaden partnerships, partner with corporations, universities, and tech firms aligned with our mission. Innovate revenue, develop subscription digital content, premium online events, and tiered memberships that add value without excluding grassroots players. Audit expenses, from national office overhead to tournament subsidies, to ensure every dollar directly benefits our community. Positive, inclusive culture. Regularly share successes and challenges so volunteers and members stay informed and invested. Spotlight outstanding coaches, TDs, state associations, and clubs to recognize our volunteers' vital work. Offer training and resources to prevent burnout and keep our leaders energized. Deepening outreach. Work with schools, libraries, veterans groups, and senior centers to introduce chess as both an educational and social tool. Digital and hybrid programs and targeted campaigns for women, minorities, and people with disabilities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Pryor, sir.
So as far as biggest challenges, I had the pleasure of going to Federal Express in Memphis years ago, and in meeting with their executive leadership, they said, most people think we're in the package delivery business. They said, we're really in the information business. That's the important thing. And when it comes to some of the biggest challenges for US Chess, the information piece and our IT systems is really a big challenge. We dedicated just $500,000 to that, and we're trying to get the most out of the spend that we can, but there's so much more that needs to be done. I would also point out that we need money. We really do. That's a big issue. And in particular, we need to find ways that we don't lose money at events. We consistently find ourselves losing money at events, even supernationals, for all the numbers of people that were there. We will actually see a small loss on that event, and not to mention what we lost last year, which was absolutely catastrophic. We also have to make sure that we are reaching out and connecting to the communities at large, because that's a big challenge that we don't always reach everyone, and we need to reach as many as we can. And then another piece, and I've learned and by watching this, is the productivity in the office. We have to make sure that we have operational goals and that we are establishing those and we're meeting those operational goals and reporting out on those activities and those initiatives. Lastly, member satisfaction is very big. I can't tell you the number of times I talk to people who say, I call and I don't always get people. And I know that that's a big piece to it. So membership satisfaction is another big aspect that we have to make sure that we're working on in the future. And it's one of our bigger challenges. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And to wrap up question 4, Mr. Cerna.
Thank you very much, Mike. The biggest challenge for US chess in the coming years is going to be financial stability. One example is the attrition penalties. When booked rooms for events are canceled, attrition penalties can lead to substantial financial losses, potentially reaching 6 figures. This could strain US chess's budget and limit its ability to host future events. Our financial stability challenges also include event management and ensuring player participation. Maintaining high participation levels in such events is very challenging right now. And ensuring that these competitions remain attractive and accessible to a broad range of players is very crucial. The rise of online chess has also changed how players engage with the game of chess. Balancing traditional over-the-board events and time controls will be necessary to cater to diverse player preferences. We need to strengthen local chess clubs and foster community engagement. And also, this includes outreach programs to increase participation in our largely underrepresented demographics, such as women, girls, economically disadvantaged players, and those with disability. Ensuring strong governance and leadership with US Chess is crucial for navigating these challenges. We need strong collaborative leadership, which will be needed to implement strategic initiatives effectively. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. For the fifth question, although I guess it's really not a question, we're going to start with Mr. Rockefeller. It's please provide a closing statement to support your candidacy for election to the US Chess Executive Board. Mr. Rockefeller, you're first.
17 years ago, when I introduced chess to my young daughters, I hadn't played in 26 years and wasn't sure I'd remember how all the pieces move. Since then, I volunteered 15 years as Scholastic Director of Maryland Chess, 10 years as a tournament organizer with Maryland Chess, 10 years as a chess coach, and 7 years as chair or vice chair of US Chess's Scholastic Council and Development Committee. I know what it takes to run a local chess club, a state chess organization, and a national chess organization. To continue to grow the game, US Chess should sharpen its focus on those who don't yet play. US Chess can cultivate new players by developing a strong network of corporate sponsorships and strategic partnerships with organizations not yet affiliated with US Chess. The past four years, I've worked to connect US Chess with US Squash. Our progress indicates that national, regional, and local organizations are willing to partner with US Chess when we demonstrate chess's unique ability to enrich the members' lives. US Chess should prioritize its outreach to social organizations with the message that chess can be an essential component of a training protocol geared toward achieving peak performance in sports, and more generally, with the message that chess can help people of all ages and at all stages of life improve their mental sharpness and build friendships wherever they are, in schools, assisted living centers for the elderly, homes, homeless shelters, veteran community centers, incarceration sites, etc. If elected, I would work with US Chess to develop strategic partnerships and corporate sponsorships. US Chess's nominating committee has qualified and recommended me to serve on the executive board, and I'm asking for your vote.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Cantor, you're up.
With 25 years of service to US Chess and a lifetime of dedication to the game, I've earned a deep understanding of our strengths and opportunities. I ask for your support to lead us forward, not to advance any personal agenda, but to help US Chess thrive. Together, we can build on our legacy, expand our reach, and ensure the organization continues to grow and inspire players of all levels. US Chess budgeted for 1,200 kids in the Pan American Youth Championships, and only 368 showed up. US Chess budgeted for 7,000 kids in the 2025 Super Nationals, and only 4,523 kids were involved. We can't keep hemorrhaging money like that. I'm running for the US Chess Executive Board because I believe in the power of chess, not just as a game, but as a force for personal growth, education, and community connection. At a time when our sport is growing rapidly and evolving fast, we need leadership that is forward-thinking, transparent, and grounded in service. I bring the experience, integrity, and commitment to help US Chess rise to the moment, whether it's expanding access, supporting organizers and educators, modernizing our systems, or protecting the values that make our community strong. I will listen, lead, and work collaboratively to make sure every member feels seen, supported, and empowered. I invite all to visit my Facebook page, Alan Cantor for Executive Board, or contact me on my email and and phone number for text. I'm here for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Pryor, sir?
Thank you. 15 years ago, I walked into my first chess tournament. At the end, I had had so much fun that I turned to the young man and asked him, "Can I help you do anything with this?" And he said, "I'd like for you to help." So I said yes. I said yes to working for chess throughout the years, and I've said yes to working on the executive board. Being on the executive board has taught me how the impact of our every decision affects others. I've never stopped saying yes to helping chess and US chess in particular. In fact, my wife often teases me and she says, "I thought you got into chess so that you could get good at this." Well, I've gotten good at this part of it. My game's not so great though. I hope you'll continue to support me as I continue to support you as best as I can. Again, by giving my time and talents to US chess. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cerna, sir?
Thank you, Mike. In closing, I want to reiterate my deep commitment to the U.S. chess mission and my belief in its transformative power. My vision for the future of U.S. chess rests on 3 pillars: modernization, community outreach, and inclusivity. I've outlined specific initiatives under each pillar, from upgrading our digital platforms and engaging new audiences through social media, to forging partnerships with community organizations and expanding resources for Spanish-speaking players. These initiatives are not merely aspirational, though. They're grounded in my extensive experience in technology and financial management, as well as my proven ability to collaborate with others, drive innovation, and build realistic vision. It's estimated that 13.5 million people play chess regularly in the United States in some way. I believe that US chess can have a membership base of 1 million players through a bold vision and common sense decision making. I'm confident in my ability to work collaboratively with the entire board, leveraging our collective experience to achieve the ambitious goals that we will set for US chess. I'm ready to dedicate my time, energy, and passion to this important work, and I'm eager to contribute to a future where chess empowers people, enriches lives, and enhances communities across the nation. Lastly, I want to thank all of the people who have made this possible. From our home office employees who work tirelessly every day to ensure that chess runs, for our elections committee for doing everything that they can to ensure that candidates can run well, to our nominating committee for qualifying candidates and ensuring that we have the best people leading US chess, to the leaders across the nation, whether they are creating chess centers, teaching in schools, developing coaches, teaching young children, older adults, and helping adult improvers like myself hope we believe we can win at chess. I really appreciate everyone for taking the time to be here, to listen to all the candidates, and I hope that everyone gets out there and gets as many people to vote as possible. I hope you vote for me, but at the end of the day, I hope that everyone votes in some capacity and we grow our voting numbers and our membership totals for our entire organization moving forward. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And our last candidates forum answer here will go to Mr. Del Malapati.
Thank you all for this opportunity to share my thoughts and passion for US chess and connect with you all today. What drives me is my lifelong passion for chess, my commitment to service, and my desire to work collaboratively with others to grow and strengthen our chess community. I immersed myself in almost every crucial role I could, if not all. These experiences have shown me firsthand what it takes to advance chess at all levels, from local programs to elite international events. My focus as a member of the executive board will be on building sustainable systems, expanding programs to reach more people, and creating policies that serve every member, from kids just learning the game to our top competitive players. I believe in smart planning, careful budgeting, and bold thinking that prioritizes inclusion and long-term growth. I don't claim to have all the answers, but I promise to ask the right questions and engage with the broader community. Together, we can build a thriving ecosystem of volunteers, players, and supporters. I have seen the dedication and hard work of a few of the current executive board members, and I'm inspired to carry that torch. With your trust, I will bring experience, enthusiasm, and collaborative mindset to this role, working tirelessly to support and grow US chess. I am one of the candidates recommended by the US Chess Nominating Committee, and I respectfully ask for your vote, your trust, and your partnership as we work together to keep US Chess moving forward in the right direction. Thank you all for your support and your time tonight. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This concludes our candidates portion of our forum. I'd like to thank the candidates for their participation. Remember, a recording of a recording of this forum will be posted on the US Chess Elections webpage. On behalf of US Chess, I'd like to thank our audience for attending the 2025 Executive Board Candidates Forum. Finally, good luck to all the candidates in this year's election. At this time, I'll turn it back over to Renee. We'll stop the recording and I'll stay in the meeting to answer any procedural questions you may have about the election process. Good night. For those of you leaving, thank you for attending. Renee?